What if I told you that in just a few minutes, you can create a smart Excel expense tracker that automatically totals your spending, groups expenses by category, and looks like a mini dashboard that feels professional enough for office work, freelancing, students, and even personal finance? In this video, I'll show you how to build it step by step from scratch, and by the end, you'll have a clean Excel file that actually looks useful, impressive, and practical. If you want to make your Excel videos look more professional, more useful, and more valuable to office users and students, then this is one of the best projects you can create, because today I'm going to show you how to build a smart expense tracker in Excel from scratch that not only stores your daily expenses, but also automatically creates a mini dashboard with totals, category-wise summaries, and interactive drop-down filters. Imagine this. In many offices, people still type expense records manually, then open calculators, then waste time checking travel expenses, food expenses, office supplies, and bills one by one. Students also track course purchases, transport, and daily spending in a messy way. But with one clean Excel sheet, you can solve all of this in a very smart and professional way. So let's start from the raw data table. I have columns for date, expense name, category, amount, paid by, and month. This structure is simple but powerful because it gives us enough information to build useful summaries. For example, I've added entries like taxi reimbursement, team lunch, printer paper, electricity bill, online course, client meeting cab, coffee with client, pen drive, mobile recharge, and notebook purchase. The reason I'm using categories like travel, food, office, bills, and learning is because these are real categories that office workers, freelancers, and students actually use. Now, the first thing we'll do is convert this raw data into a clean table. Make sure your headers are bold, apply borders, and if you want, use format as table so the sheet instantly looks more professional. This is important because presentation matters a lot in real office work. Now, once the raw data is ready, the first formula we'll use is the most basic but essential one, and that is the total expense. To calculate that, we simply use the sum function on the amount column. This immediately tells us the total money spent across all entries, and this becomes the main KPI or key number in our dashboard. Next, we move to category-wise summaries, and this is where the sheet becomes actually useful. Instead of manually filtering travel expenses every time, we can use the SUMIF function. SUMIF checks a category and then adds only the matching amounts. So if I want the total for travel, I use SUMIF on the category column and sum the amount column. I repeat the same logic for food, office, bills, and learning. This is incredibly useful because now at a glance I can see exactly where most of the money is going. If I see travel is too high, maybe the company is spending too much on cabs. If I see food is too high, maybe team lunches are frequent. If office supplies are high, maybe procurement needs review. For highest expense, we use the max function on the amount column. This tells us the biggest single expense in the dataset. But just showing the amount is not enough. So to display the actual expense name linked to that highest amount, we use XLOOKUP. XLOOKUP searches for the maximum value in the amount column and returns the corresponding value from the expense name column. This is a fantastic real-world use case because now the sheet doesn't just show numbers, it explains what caused the biggest spending. Maybe the highest expense was an online course, or maybe an electricity bill, or a big team lunch. That kind of insight makes your Excel sheet look smarter. We'll add a drop-down for category and another drop-down for paid by. To do this, go to Data Validation, choose List, and create a category drop-down with travel, food, office, bills, and learning. Then create another drop-down for names like Shalu Verma, Shalini Sharma, Verma Kumar, Dimple Aurora, and Bidis Singh. Once these drop-downs are ready, we can connect formulas to them. For example, if the category drop-down is in cell H2, then we use SUMIF where the criteria is H2. Now when I select travel, the dashboard instantly shows only total travel expenses. If I select food, it changes automatically. This is the kind of simple interactivity that makes your Excel project feel much more premium without using anything too complicated. Similarly, for the Pay by dropdown, if the name selector is in H3, we can use SUMIF again on the Paid by column. Now if I choose Verma, I instantly see the total expenses paid by that person. This is very practical in office reimbursement files, project tracking, team budgets, or even household expense sharing. Next, let's add a few more useful insights. We can count how many expense entries are in the sheet using counta on the expense name column. This tells us how many records we have. Then we can calculate the average expense using average on the amount column. This is useful because it tells us the typical spending per transaction. In real office reporting, these two small metrics can make a sheet feel much more complete. If you found this practical Excel project useful and want more real office-ready Excel tutorials like this, then make sure to like this video, share it with your friends or colleagues, and subscribe to Shalu Verma classes for more smart Excel tricks, office projects, and productivity tutorials that actually help in real work.